The African American community has as many problems online as it does in real life. And we all know in real life we have those problems with those grifters, scammers, and con artists. But unlike other con artists, ours are pretty cool. They typically have the gift of gab, charisma, and they're always tied for the most part to some level of religious or Pan-African ideology. You typically never get a scammer that doesn't come from that particular school of thought. When you think about Brother Polite in the Hoteps and the Black Woman is God, or Young Pharaoh and the Black Woman is God, or black pastors, they are all tied to some level of religious identity. If not religious identity, you're going to hear Hoteps, Nation of Islam, 5% Nation, Baptist, Church of God in Christ, you name it, we got it. But there is one guy in particular who's been making a lot of moves, a brother by the name of 19 Keys, aka Jabril Muhammad. Now at first I was biased about this young brother because I didn't want to do a video about him simply because he was from Oakland, California, and me being from Sacramento, California, we are like twin cities. So you know, people from the West Coast I typically don't like to go after. But after reading and getting some information about Mr. 19 Keys, he left a lot to be desired. Now I'm not saying that he is a quote unquote scam artist, but I will say that some of his dealings with people, it kind of leaves a lot to be desired. Like this guy, Jay Morrison, who definitely is a crook. This is what Jay Morrison had to say about 19 Keys.
19 Keys, Wall Street Trapper, sat in my office while I was planning out the political party. They know. Everybody in the community know what I get into. Him 500 was at our corner class in 2016 in Bankhead. I can play you, we can edit into the video. I'll give you a testimonial from the corner class in 2016.
I've been to plenty of paid real estate courses, week trainings, 2-week trainings. I've never got the information that I've got as impactful as I did on this corner. It is free.
He knows. Earn your leisure. They're most requested. If you're really serious, you have Jay Morrison on your platform.
The number one person that everybody has been requesting for months now is most Jay Morrison.
Yeah, that's a fact.
They know. So for everybody to try to box me out and not even have the decency as leaders, as men, right? This is a platform about men talking real shit. Real men do real things where I'm from.
All right, so he went to Jay Morrison's course. That's not necessarily a big deal. You know, anybody could go to his course, but that doesn't make them a scam artist. But then again, Jabril Muhammad, aka 19 Keys, drives a striking resemblance to somebody else that I've seen in the past, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Just look at how he tries to emulate him in the best way possible, especially with the hats. Let's find out a little more.
I was born in a Muslim household. I was born and grounded in the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But you have to understand it's going to be a paradigm shift. And this is the most important part of it all, is the shift when the vacancy of that seat is no longer there and he's not at the helm of that leadership. Then you see like, okay, what's going to happen with the people then? Because whether you know it or not, you're affected by things that happen in the Nation of Islam.
So by attaching himself to the Nation of Islam and with the dressing style or the hat wearing style of Elijah Muhammad, he's already good to go. Not to mention, he's a guy that speaks fairly well, and he's a brother that speaks the Black Power narrative. But this is very interesting to me myself, to be honest. He appeared on Earn Your Leisure. Now, if you think about Earn Your Leisure, it is the biggest African American platform when it comes to financial advice and financial literacy. And hey, by far, they've done an excellent job for the most part with putting a lot of people on from the Black community. But if you look at the most popular videos that Earn Your Leisure has, none of them are about finance for the most part. And guess who has the most views? Ancient Civilizations, Multiple Dimensions, Aliens in Time with 19 Keys and Billy Carson. Now that is a video of 6.4 million views. Now let's come back to Billy Carson in a minute, but let's check out a little bit of this video to understand what the hell these guys are talking about.
So light is very interesting. You understand me? I want to talk about light and water for a second. Look like we might get to the whole elemental period by the time we're done with this conversation. So, you know, I remember before I got on a journey of, you know, teaching the financial literacy and liberation aspect, you know, my deeper studies was into quantum physics and science and psychology and, you know, a multitude of different things that I believe would help guide enlightenment. You understand me?
Yeah.
And so studying light, I started studying the fourth phase of water, right? Where in between, you know, for those who don't know, water has 4 different phases. Some people say 5, but we're going to the 4. You understand me? Solid, liquid, gas. You understand me? And I used to think about that because I say the only difference between the water and each structure is the proton arrangement, not the proton count.
Right.
So it's not something new that's happening to the water that is entered into it that changes its state. It's the arrangement, you understand me, of its energy. And so when I thought about that, and then of course, light is energy. So we can say that it's light that changes, and then water has the most different states out of any other element. And so I liken that to consciousness, right? That our consciousness can be in rigid states, it can be in flow states, right? But what changes?
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Now, guys, I got a bachelor's of science in biology and a doctorate of medicine degree. And the way that these guys talk about science, I feel like I'm lost. Either they're smarter than me or what they're talking about doesn't really make a lot of sense. I probably believe that what they're trying to prove doesn't make sense, but that's neither here nor there. I want to get to this guy, Billy Carson. Now, the fact that him and 19 Keys work together quite often, especially most of these views that come on Earn Your Leisure that drive the channel are with these two guys, always with 19 Keys. There's only one episode that 19 Keys is not in. That's in the top like 4 or 5 videos, and that's the Steve Harvey episode. But every other video, 19 Keys is in, which means people really like him. But that's very interesting from a financial perspective. And with somebody bringing this much traffic, it kind of makes me think about Earn Your Leisure in a different way. Why do you have this guy on a financial platform when clearly it seems that's not what he does? According to his own admission here, Mr. 19 Keys doesn't even really have a business.
I go by 19 Keys. My value add to the culture in the BWO. I'm an architect of mindsets. You understand me? I allow people to unlock their mind to build the exact type of mindset that they need to actually be successful. Teaching you actually how to learn and download the information so you can upgrade and have a paradigm shift to go into a higher consciousness when it comes to becoming a man, and when it comes to building a legacy. You understand me? Leading beyond life. And that's the establishment of principles, universal law, order, organization.
But another thing about Brother 19 Keys that is very interesting is his appearance. Now, I talked about the Elijah Muhammad and the Nation of Islam look that he tries to emulate. But what's different from Mr. 19 Keys and Elijah Muhammad? The excessive wearing of expensive gold chains. That is very different than what you see in Elijah Muhammad's case. See, Elijah Muhammad didn't dress like although he was a very wealthy man. But Mr. Muhammad here, and I'm talking about Jabril Muhammad, makes sure that he always has a lot of gold on. And we'll talk about that later. But then again, there's Mr. 19 Keys' particular involvement in the BWO, the Black World Order, which of course, if you know what that was, it was a big scam that went down into the flames. And according to Pocket Watching with JT, Mr. 19 Keys was one of the main culprits of why it went down. And of course, one of his ex-business partners is going to pretty much lay that out right here.
With no further ado, we about to bring up someone who has a testimony with the auto trader, the one you've been looking for, the one you've been asking about, the one you've been trying to see. Hey, what they got going on? How much money they done made? We got no other than Brother 19 Keys coming up is going to give his testimony of the auto trader. Here we go.
Hold on. What up, family? Blessings and opportunities, man. Let me put this kilo worth of gold chain on real quick. And it's a reason that I waited till I got on screen to put this chain on, because I want y'all to know, number one, I bought this with the market. You understand me? When you buy things with the market, it's a little different, man. The energy is different.
This is Pocket Watching with JT.
So when he talked about like he bought it from the markets. Actually, what was the name of the company? You remember? It was that crypto stuff, right? So with the crypto, most people don't know. Sushi. It was a company called Sushi Coin. Sushi Coin. Jabril was actually wired advertisement money. How much was it?
It was $40,000 in Ethereum.
It was $40,000 in Ethereum to his wallet. that he used. And then at his event, the biggest crypto play ever, and Jabril actually on the Breakfast Club actually references that the biggest crypto play ever was one of the ones that really put him on game on crypto. It was Jabril wasn't talking crypto for real and actually trying to be a white paper analyst until after all of this stuff, because he was trying to figure out what value add could he add, because at the time Chris Cole was over all currencies, trading and currency, so crypto and everything. He said, "Oh, Jabril, we'll give you crypto, learn crypto, know crypto, and then as you learn it, you'll be able to put yourself into position." So the biggest crypto play ever was in what, Miami?
Yeah, Miami.
In what month?
Hollywood, Florida, and I posted a video.
Hollywood, Florida, and he posted a video what day?
May 19th.
May 19th.
2021.
Jabril got wired 45 or 40.
It's a day that we posted.
Hold on, let me unshare my screen.
Nah, it's there. You good? You good?
Okay, you good. This is the date that I posted the video, and this is out there at where the same stuff. I got live documentation of when exactly he said he made the money from the market.
So he didn't make money from the market. He got wired money from the company to be an endorser and advertiser for this crypto coin. They gave him coins and they gave him cash. He actually called them back and asked them for more money. The owner of the coin called Iggy and was like, "What's up with your guy?" He asked for more money. He went to the market telling everybody he made money in the market when he really got wired advertisement dollars through Ethereum and crypto. That was the first bit of bread. So when he doing that chain, crypto, God stuff, that money came from advertisement money. When you're advertising a coin, you're trying to get your audience to believe in this coin. So you're talking about the papers, you're talking about what it is, you're talking about the greatness of it, so that people can buy into the coin. It raises the value of the coin. More people are into it. You're market making the coin or the trade. So when people are getting in, everyone that gets in first, they're making the money. But everyone on the bottom, they're losing. They're taking the L's.
We had an event in Miami that was based on educating people of crypto. Like Jake said, if you go back and you listen to the Breakfast Club interview, he talks about how we teach earning crypto versus just making crypto, like from wherever, like investing,
right?
Like actually earning it, understanding the skill set that it takes. So he came to the event that me and two of my business partners put on free. So first of all, he charged people that he invited to come to a free event. They paid him first. They paid him to come to an event that was free.
Now, if you've heard that, it's very interesting and it's very telling. And the reason why it's very telling is because it appears that Mr. 19 Keys charged his own audience to go to a free business conference. That's pretty interesting. A guy charging to go to a free business conference. And again, when I look at this young man, I don't really know very much about him, but it doesn't look very good. While I can't say he's as bad as Boyce Watkins or this other guy, Jay Morrison, it definitely appears that he's guilty by association. Guilty of what? Hanging around scammers, and birds of a feather typically flock together. Most of these guys try to pretty much talk to you about this knowledge, this other level, these systems, these cosmoses, these magnetisms, and all this other crap that they can't prove at all, and it makes them sound more intelligent than what they are. Young Pharaoh used to talk about these same things. Brother Polite too. It's the same typical jargon that typically ends up in getting people scammed, and these guys really have no particular skill set other for the fact that these guys have a lot of charisma, and outside of that they have nothing really to offer. So what I will tell you guys is that you should never take business advice from guys like this. These guys are typically phony motivational speakers from what I can understand, and that's pretty much it. Probably no real college education, no real skill set other than being able to run their mouth and talk about a lot of things that pretty much don't make sense. And under my investigation, while he is not as bad as the other guys that I have aforementioned, I would still be very suspicious of somebody like this because it appears greed is in the city. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell. I'm out.